If your track is off to a slow start or your streaming has hit a slump, this music promotion tip could be what you're looking for. I'm going to tell you something about the Spotify algorithm that nobody's talking about. Hey, I'm Todd McCarty, and I dish out music marketing tips here on YouTube, and I run Band Builder Academy, which teaches artist development and fan building to artists, managers, and labels. I ran a large independent label, Fearless Records, for a decade, and I was a senior vice president of sales at Sony Music. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell, and I'll keep these videos coming. Spotify's algorithm is actually still very friendly to creators. When you post on Instagram, what percentage of your followers actually see your post? About 14% on average. And whenever Instagram introduces a new feature, they usually give you a bigger reach in the algorithm when you use that feature. For example, when they introduced stories usually got a bigger reach than posts. And then next they introduced IGTV and just recently Reels to compete with TikTok. So now if you use those newer features, you get a bigger algorithm push. How about organic reach on Facebook? For posts on average, it's about 12%. And then there's TikTok. It's in decline now, but for the first few years, the organic reach was way better than Instagram or Facebook. All of these social media platforms draw creators in, then they throttle your organic reach and they sell you ads. That's the business model. How about Spotify though? They're coming up on their 15th year anniversary. Have they throttled their algorithm yet? I haven't noticed a change. I've been a heavy user of Spotify for 10 years and study it closely. I find their organic reach much better than mainstream social media. Release Radar will put your new song in front of nearly all of your followers. You just have to pitch through the Spotify for Artists portal in the upcoming section at least 7 days before street date, and you're guaranteed Release Radar. It's a powerful algorithmic playlist. But aside from Release Radar, Spotify has a ton of other recommendation features and algorithmic playlists that they open up to you. You at least get a test. They recommend your new songs to your followers and also users that they think might like your music with all of these app features. New songs added, made for you, your top mixes, more of what you like, based on your recent listening, best new music by genre, new releases for you, and recommended radio. And for algorithmic playlists, Release Radar is the tip of the spear. It's a personalized playlist with brand new songs released every Friday. Then Spotify have these big algorithmic playlists like Radio, Your Daily Mixes, Discover Weekly, and Uniquely Yours. The better your track performs on these, the more plays you're going to get from these prized playlists on Spotify. This is where going viral on Spotify occurs. Ultimately, this is where your streams are going to come from on Spotify. Even at the superstar level, the majority of streams come from algorithmic playlists. So how do we increase our chances of going viral on Spotify and all of these playlists? Get the least amount of skips. I mean, that was the point of this video, to tell you that getting the least amount of skips is essentially the secret to going viral on Spotify. Now, you could just take my word for it and end the video right here. But if you do that, make sure you check out this playlist with my best music marketing tips. If you're not convinced, let me explain why a low skip rate is the key to going viral on Spotify. Let's look at all the positive algorithm actions that Spotify is looking at to tell if a track is popular. Search bar. You type the artist name or song title into the search bar. That shows popularity because people are seeking you out without Spotify having to recommend you. Recommended and clicked. This is when Spotify shows a user your song in one of those recommendation features and they actually listen to it. A through play. A user plays the entire song and it doesn't get skipped. A user likes it, hearts it, or saves it to their library. A follow. Add to a user playlist. Add to the queue. Share it. And from here, there's so many options. Share on Instagram stories, Messenger, or the URL. The user chooses go to radio. They view your album, or they view your artist profile. I mean, that's a lot. The algorithm's logging all of these positive actions and then stacking them up against each artist and trying to determine which is popular with their users and what songs to recommend on the platform and in what playlists. But now look at what offsets these positive actions, negative algorithm actions. Skips, ignoring after it's been recommended, removing from a playlist. And the last one, hide song, This almost never happens. A lot of users don't even realize that this feature exists. And that's it for negative actions. And the last two rarely ever happen, so it really comes down to skips and ignores. And I'll argue that skips are the biggest by far. I mean, skip rate is an actual metric that Spotify tracks. It's available to publishers and songwriters inside of Spotify's Notable portal. I'll leave a link to this below. Also, a lot of music is streamed in playlists while people are working, driving, exercising, and they just let it play hands-free. So a throughplay could also mean that the person was listening passively and they just weren't near the skip button. So if a skip does occur, it means the person went out of their way to say they didn't like it. Skips weigh in heavy. So my rule of thumb is avoid skips at all costs and your music will do better on Spotify. This is exactly why you should be wary of Spotify playlist promotion services. They might get you a lot of plays, but they also might get you a lot of skips. If you want to learn more about my organic Spotify strategy and my system for developing artists and building a fan base, please join at bandbuilderacademy.com. There's a whole channel of this type of advice here, and lots of next level stuff in the Academy. So dig into some of the videos here, give me a subscribe, and I'll see you next time.